Are you afraid to do things out of the box? Do you wonder what to do that is quick and easy to get more attention that leads to sales? Well, in the ABCs of effective displays, we are looking at the B. And B is to be brave and to be bold, and bigger is better. So let's look at how that translates into displays and merchandising. Big is better. Catch the eye with light, contrast, and movement. And here's an example. When you see a marquee on a theater at night, the lights are all moving, it's contrasting in the darkness. So there's light, there's contrast, there's movement, and it really gets your attention and catches your eye. So we want to show bigger products. We want to show bigger props, show bigger groups of smaller products, of similar products, and bigger groups of choice of colors, patterns, and styles. So here we see a showroom with a single car in it. So it doesn't take too much. I mean, bigger is better. It doesn't get much bigger than a car in a showroom. And you don't need many props, and you don't need too many things for that to stand out. In this situation, we can see that we have a big image here showing the exact same vehicle, only in a different color and with the convertible on it. And then down here we see images that, again, they're bigger is better. They're visible from a distance. And what these are doing are showing the vehicle when it's out on the street, out on the road. So that's how that's working. Here's another example. Look how big these are. This is actually Home Depot. They have these big teddy bears in their store. And, you know, it doesn't get better than that, bigger than that, you know, and they sure get attention from a distance. And that's part of what you want to do with by either making things bigger or putting bigger groups together. Here's an example of a store that has more than one or two products. It has a lot of products. And this could be tidied up a little bit more even, but what I want to point out is the props, the bigger props. So we're looking at bigger color being put together, and we're looking at these mega big sunflowers, obviously a summer display, and obviously the colors that work with that. And here's a close-up of it, showing it, and everything is made nice and dense and close together. So your eye actually stops right there in the display, and it isn't confused with what's behind it. And then as we look down, when we get below eye level, here again, we've got bigger groups of things. And so it's all more visible. When we look at these, instead of seeing two little skimpy candles there, our eye almost goes by. We have a big group of them dense together. And it can show more product in less space. And this is one thing I specialize in, because I work with retailers who are so conscious of their dollar per square foot. They have to earn, every dollar has to earn in that store. And so we want to do things that put lots of product in small space and it's still shoppable. And these are some really good examples of that here. So my name is Linda McKendry, and I help independent retail shop owners turn their stores into selling machines by using better displays, not bigger discounts. My bottom line is always going to be, don't discount display. These seminars and sessions that I'm doing are inspired by the handouts that I use from the stage and in corporations over the years. And they are 4-page handouts, and you're welcome to get a little copy of them if you'd like to do that. They are available at todaysdisplays.com, and they're $10 each, and they're kind of fun to go through and see all my little sketches there and the ideas and the inspiration that we give to people, and they've always loved them over the years in the audiences and kept them. So you get a chance to have a front row seat in my seminar here and use the handouts as well. So ABCs that Sell were the first video in this little series, and then Ask the Right Questions was the next one, and you'll see links to those. And then Bigger is Better is what we're looking at right now, and Control, Cash In on Creative Communication is the last one in the series. So feel free to look at all those and enjoy them, and they can be, you can use them separately or you can use them all together, which makes dynamite displays. So we're going to go into the B, which equals be bold and brave, and bigger is better. You know how they say go big or go home. And I guarantee you anything that is in your memory that you've remembered for a long time ago was usually very, very bold, and it really caught your attention and you remembered it. Be bold and brave, but learn the basics of background, what is behind the product, border, the space around the product, and balance, the way it's arranged, that help beckon the buyers. Remember that at a distance, bigger is better. Bigger is better, and we'll look at background, border, and balance with some more details. At background, look for contrast. Look for reinforcement. Look for products that work for a good background. For example, if you put a big teddy bear behind a little teddy bear, set them like that, the big one is acting as a background for the little one. A lot of times we set a book up on a stand and we put an item in behind it, or a plate on a stand and an item in front of it. So those are the kind of things where you're using the border from the one product at the front is created by the one at the back. And then use fabrics, blinds, paper, foam core, all sorts of things. You can be very creative in thinking of what you can use for a backdrop. For border, it's group and space. Sometimes just the space around the group is a border, enough border, especially if you leave room. And you want to leave room and space around displays, with or without a backdrop and a border. You want to leave room. And frame the displays. An example, shelving frames a display, shadow boxes frame displays, as I show in the Shoppers Drug Mart display that I did in their window in the last video, in the video called Ask, and that's worth going back and see. And then balance, of course, is tall items to the back and short items to the front, and connect similar items such as stacking, grouping, connecting, which you saw in the picture before, where the groupings of the candles, there are more candles together. It's much more, it gets a lot more attention. It's much more effective than if you have one or two candles scattered here and scattered there. Your sales will increase when you put things in groups. There's no question about that. So here's an example in another client's store. You can see that we have the items with the background here. This shadow box, this cubby hole unit is acting as border around the items that fit in each then, and we can put different items in different boxes because they're a bit standalone and they're separated from each other by the shelves. Then you can see the background of the entire wall. Color is great for all the items sitting in front of it, and the floor we kept dark because for the most part the items that she was putting in the store would be contrasting against the floor or blending in, which is okay as long as it's not competing with the color of the floor. Here's an example of before we did the store for her. I was in her back room looking at all her fixtures, and I saw this little hutch on this little stand. And we took that and we put it in her store, again against the same charcoal colored wall. And we took this little I got her to take this little hardware piece off of there, fill the holes in, and give a quick coat of paint because firstly it's distracting. Second, I didn't want people opening the drawer. So even though the drawer works and a lot of little things are in there, at least the customer isn't going to be opening that drawer, but it's storage that's close by where you need it. So drive around your area today from both directions of your store and ask yourself, what is the first thing people notice? And this is an example of Old Montreal, I believe, or the city, Quebec City. I believe it's Quebec City. And you can see here as you're walking up the street, what have the merchants done? They're probably not allowed to do a lot because it's historical buildings, but what have they done to get as much attention as they can from people that are going by? So pay attention to those things and get inspired and get some ideas. And in the meantime, you're welcome to take a look at this book that's available to you. It's downloadable PDF for free. Transform Your Store Beginning Today. The Organized Retailer is a book on how my client Velda used 4 merchandising keys to boost her sales 70% and sell her business, which is what she wanted for her exit strategy. So she had more productive staff. Every item had a place, reducing wasted steps and maximizing efficiency. She had organized supplies, saving time and preventing over-purchasing and improving workflow. Engaging displays, customers browsed longer, found add-ons easily, and spent more. And these are her words, not mine. I really appreciated her sharing that with me. And streamlined customer service, faster checkouts, and strategic merchandising ensured seasonal sell-through. So the bottom line, like I said before, is don't discount display. So feel free to go to todaysdisplays.com and pick up that book. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.